Today is my 9th month anniversary of leaving the US and coming back to Mexico as a former undocumented student, returnee to her home country. During this last 2-3 months of quarantine in Mexico, well, they've been interesting. Before that, I had the chance to kind of explore a little bit when I barely came to Mexico City in January. So I was able to, do some sightseeing and get to experience the culture a little bit. Being quarantined, kind of postponed that. Especially my interaction with my classmates that I had for the translation program that I'm in right now. I have still, kept in contact with them. Obviously, we're still in school. It's all online now, but we've kind of check in with each other every once in a while through WhatsApp, especially since we have group projects going on. We're almost done with this semester, so that's good, because just like everyone knows, it's tough doing online classes. It's not the same thing, and certain programs just don't let themselves, or for this kind of setup. This one definitely isn't one of them. Most of the professors, they put in their best effort, and I mean, most of us, the students, have tried to not get distracted with, our online habits. So it's been tough, especially because there's times when you just get so overwhelmed with homework and you don't even know, you've been sitting in front of the freaking computer for I don't know how long for every Zoom session. So the last thing you want to do is just stay all day glued to the computer. But quarantine dictates that we stay inside and be bored of our minds, out of our minds. But anywho's, things I tried to do in order to stay productive have been, well, doing my best with homework. Also, I did return to playing World of Warcraft. I just love that game. I've been playing it ever since I was like, I think 15, 16 years old. Don't remember Burning Crusades. Anyways, but yeah, that's something that's kind of distracted me once in a while. I've taken walks at the little roundabout Amsterdam Street in Condesa. With my mask and everything, keep my distance from people, because you need to go outside a little bit once in a while, stretch out your legs. My back was killing me like 2 days ago, because of having been sitting down for so long. But anyways, that's besides the point. That's just some of the struggles of this quarantine life, or at least very simple struggles compared to what other people are actually going through. So the things that I've so far learned from living in Mexico, ever since I got back, well, there's good things and bad things, obviously, just like anything. I'll start with the negatives. On the negative side, I've found it a bit hard to reintegrate into Mexican society as a Mexican citizen, because I was born here. And it's been hard to reintegrate because no one really explains to you how to go about and getting your paperwork, what kind of paperwork you need to do, especially coming back as an adult now. Young adult, whatever. You know, you kind of, it's kind of a given for people to just, know how to do that already. And it doesn't help that these bureaucratic procedures are very, very painstakingly, ridiculously hard. They make you do like so many freaking, like, I don't know how to explain it, but basically, to sum a little up this frustration that I have, it's that they kind of make you bounce around like a little ping pong ball. They make you go, back and forth, because there's always something missing that you don't have. You're supposed to get at the other place, and then they're like, well, it's not our fault. You have to go and blah blah blah. But anyways, those are some things. Also, customer service. This is just generally speaking. Not everybody is like this, but it might be a cultural thing. I don't know. I'm trying to hate on it, but that's just what I perceived. It seems like they don't really have a lot of I don't know, much of a customer service in stores. They kind of, if you have a problem or an issue, you bring it up, because it's an issue, and I mean, you wouldn't bring it up if it really wasn't that important to you, and you're a paying customer anyways. And they kind of make it seem like it's a hassle, like, ugh, you're really doing this? And it's like, well, my speaker doesn't work. I just bought it like 3 days ago. Yeah, I am going to, do what I'm supposed to, which is my right as a customer to just, get an exchange if I get a damaged good that I just bought. Also, their security, definitely need to be more on alert. It's something that I took for granted in the U.S., at least where I live. Again, it's not, every place has their things, their quirks. But in my case, living in Anaheim, in Orange County, I never had to worry about that. Also, there isn't really, or there aren't any resources set up to help with education, reintegration of people coming in as returnees, which I think should be a must, because I think that we are a very, very good or very essential human capital that we're coming into our country. We're trying to be productive citizens, or at least most people are, I think. I am. And, we want to, come back, reintegrate into society, and they just, everything just seems to be very complicated, and it's hard when you're just culturally, different. You're used to a certain, how certain things work, and you're trying to, like, take all this in and trying to work with it, trying to be patient, but at the same time, like, the system is just very overly complicated, and it's almost just, it just seems like you're being a hassle, or at least that's how I felt. So there definitely need to be resources for revalidation of studies, and for professional types of implementation of people that have, especially the ones that have degrees, like me. It just, I don't want to feel like I have to start from zero again, you know. So it might seem like I'm complaining, but I'm just trying to, like, help me help you help me type of thing. Besides that, the positives, I'm happy that I've gone to see my family again that I haven't seen in like 20 years. I'm proud of my heritage, I'm proud of my culture. The food is good. One extra bad thing though is the sushi here. Don't add Philadelphia cheese to every single roll. Why? It doesn't have to, unless it's like the Philadelphia roll or the California roll. But anyways, that's another thing, another video. Overall, the Mexican food is good. The culture is very rich. Again, nothing is perfect. There's always pros and cons anywhere in the world, but that's just so far what I've learned from this 9 months that I've been living here.